Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to start with another important chapter called Local Government from Indian Constitution at Work. Now local government is one of the most important chapters when it comes to the preparation of Indian polity, because local government is not just a part of GS paper 2, it's a part of prelims also, and it is also a part of public administration optional paper as well. So that is why if you are studying this particular topic, make sure that you are studying it from not only prelims perspective but also from the perspective of answer writing. Okay, if any question is asked to you on local government, functioning of local government, the pros and cons of local government, you should be in a position to answer it subjectively, not just objectively but subjectively also. Okay, now this local government is there in NCERT books. This chapter is also present in the M Lakshmikant book of Indian polity. These two chapters covers the local government part 5, local government, Panchayati Raj and municipalities. So after you complete your reading of NCERT of local government chapter, go to the M Lakshmikant book and simultaneously study the chapters Panchayati Raj and municipalities also. This is how you do your holistic preparation of Indian polity. Whatever you are studying in NCERT, relate it with the M Lakshmikant book and then solve questions on it. Okay, previous year questions, and that is how you complete the reading of a specific topic in your syllabus. Okay, so let's get started. Now when we talk about this local government in India, now there are two very important amendments that were made 25 years ago. These were 73rd and 74th constitution amendments. We'll study that also at the end of this lecture, don't worry. Okay, now let's get started with the definition of the meaning of local government. Okay, now this local government, first fact for prelims that you need to remember is that this local government term is mentioned in the state list. Which list? State list. Okay, under the 7th schedule. 7th schedule was in the question paper also. 2017 का prelims का question paper 7th schedule के ऊपर question आया था. So remember 7th schedule में आपका state list में local government mentioned है. Alright. Moving forward, what is local government? Local government comprises of institutions like Panchayati Raj, municipalities. And what is Panchayati Raj? Panchayati Raj is a system of rural local self-government. When we go to the cities, we have municipalities. When we go to the urban areas, we have municipalities. When we go to the village areas or rural areas, we have Panchayati Raj. Clear? तो यहाँ पर याद रखना, रूरल एरिया में लोकल गवर्नमेंट पंचायती राज के थ्रू रन होती है और अर्बन एरिया में लोकल गवर्नमेंट म्युनिसिपैलिटीज के थ्रू रन होती है. And this Panchayati Raj was established in all the states of India by acts of state legislature. That is why it's under state list. इसीलिए ये state list में आपका आता है concept. ठीक है, point clear? All right, moving ahead. Why this particular local government is established? Let us understand that local government is established so that the word called democracy can reach out to the grassroots levels of this country. ठीक है, democracy is not subject to only the urban areas. Democracy means going towards the grassroots levels of this country in order to make sure that everybody enjoys the benefits of democracy. Okay, so to reach out democracy to the grassroots levels of country, local government has been followed in India. And local government is also necessary for efficient and people-friendly administration, because local government in the Panchayati Raj institutions, in the municipalities, people or the citizens are included in decision making, and that is why we say that if you want to make sure that administration is people-friendly in a nation, we have to ensure that local government is established. Okay, so you can say local government basically is the management of local affairs. Write it down. Local government is the management of local affairs. Okay, management of local affairs. This local affairs, these are managed by local bodies. Okay, how local affairs or local situations are handled? Through local bodies, and local bodies will have people elected through local people. Okay, so यहाँ पर they have representatives of local people. Write it down. These are representatives of local people which are elected in local bodies, which look after the management of local affairs through local government. ओके, तो लोकल गवर्नमेंट में लोकल अफेयर्स को मैनेज किया जाता है लोकल बॉडीज के थ्रू, जिसमें रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स इलेक्ट किए जाते हैं लोकल पीपल के द्वारा. एंड ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, Local government is the, write it down, third level of government. Government का third level होता है local government. There are two types of local government: panchayats in rural areas, municipalities in urban areas. Now, the meaning of local government is clear. Okay, very good. Coming on to the rural local governments, that is the Panchayati Raj. Now, this Panchayati Raj is entrusted with rural development. Rural development, rural affairs, rural disputes, they are handled by panchayats. And the Panchayati Raj institutions, which are known as PRIs, they have been institutionalized, or you can say constitutionalized, through 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1992. So 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act basically was passed to build democracy from the grassroots levels, so that rural development can take place. Okay, very good. Now, another important point for prelims, Rajasthan was the first state to establish Panchayati Raj. ये prelims के लिए आपका important fact है जो आपको याद रखना है. Now, when we talk about local government means government at the village and district level. And this local government is always, remember, it's closest to common people, closest to the citizens, because it involves solving of the problems of ordinary citizens, day-to-day life problems, day-to-day issues. And there are certain essential ingredients which are required for making a democratic decision. अगर आप democratic decision लेना चाहते हो, ठीक है, तो democratic decision लेने के लिए कुछ ऐसे ingredients हैं जो policy makers, constitutional decision makers, they take into mind. First is local knowledge. You should have the knowledge of the information about your citizens. Local knowledge होना चाहिए, because if you do not know your citizens, how will you frame policies for them? अगर आपको आपके citizens के बारे में पता ही नहीं है, if you do not understand them, then it's very useless to make any kind of policies for them if you don't know them, because then you will not know what they require, what they need. And second, local interest. You should know what interests them. That is how you come to the conclusion that, you know, of their desires, of their wishes. And that is how you can frame policies, rules and regulations. And the advantage of local government is that it is closest to the people. So basically the two essential ingredients which are required to make democratic decision is present in the local government. Okay, because they have the local knowledge and they know about the local interest. So it's very convenient, you know, also for the citizens to approach local government, because local government are there to solve their day-to-day problems. So citizens also feel very comfortable when they approach panchayats. Okay, and citizens are comfortable in urban areas when they approach municipalities if they have any issue regarding any infrastructure problem, light issue, road issue, connectivity issue, etc. All right. So we have so far studied that democracy basically means meaningful participation and accountability. It is not just you are including the people in decision making, but also you are accountable for your actions towards the people. That makes up democracy. All right. And when we have very wonderfully working local governments that make sure that there is active participation of people and there is accountability by the representatives of the people towards the citizens. Okay, citizens के तरफ जो उनके representatives हैं वो भी accountable हैं और जो लोग हैं वो भी fully actively participate कर रहे हैं. तो यहाँ पर ये जो चीजें मेक श्योर करता है आपका लोकल गवर्नमेंट, ये पॉइंट आपको याद रखना है. एंड एट द लेवल ऑफ लोकल गवर्नमेंट ना सिटीजंस कैन वेरी फ्रीली इन्वॉल्व इन द डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस एज वेल. ओके, तो दीज आर द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ लोकल गवर्नमेंट. ये जो हम पढ़ रहे हैं ये एडवांटेजेस हैं लोकल गवर्नमेंट होने के. First advantage is that democracy's meaning is fulfilled. There is active participation on behalf of citizens. The representatives elected by citizens are accountable for their actions. Okay. And another important point is that the decisions which are taken by the local government, they are not taken by just the representatives. They are taking into account the interest of the citizens as well. Plus, the common people are comfortable with the local government because they are familiar with their local government. They have elected the members of the local government, whether it's at state level or national level. They are more concerned with what local government does or has failed to do, as it has direct bearing and impact on their day-to-day life, because local government is working for the citizens. Okay, local government जो है वो citizens के लिए काम करती है. तो इसीलिए जो citizens हैं उनको पता है कि क्या हमें किस तरीके से हमें रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को चूज करना है लोकल गवर्नमेंट में, और अगर हमारे हिसाब से या हमारी विरोध में काम हो रहा है या हमारे अकॉर्डिंग काम हो रहा है तो किस तरीके से हमें रिएक्ट करना है. सो पीपल आर मोर कनेक्टेड टू लोकल गवर्नमेंट बिकॉज दे नो दैट लोकल गवर्नमेंट हैज बीन established for fulfilling their needs, okay, for fulfilling their desires means not all desires means, desires of having standardized way of life. And strengthening the local government is like strengthening democratic process, because here you are strengthening not just participation of people, but you are also strengthening the responsibility, accountability of the representatives. तो democratic process के जो दो important ingredients हैं, दो important meanings हैं, उसको भी आप मजबूत कर रहे हो अगर आप local government को strong कर रहे हो. Then in rural India we have self-governing village communities, and it has existed since ancient times. Ancient times say these sabhas, samitis, all of them have been existent in rural India, and there were 5 people, because that is why it is known as panchayat, because panchayat means panch. Panch का मतलब यहाँ पर 5 हो जाता है, ठीक है. And it was said that in these 5 people one had to be a spiritual person. So all the aspects of life, whether it is material or spiritual, were taken care of in ancient India through these sabhas, through these panchayats. And these sabhas got converted into panchayats with evolution of time. जैसे जैसे time आगे बढ़ा, लोगों की knowledge बढ़ी, वैसे वैसे sabhas panchayats में convert हो गए. Then officially it was unofficially in ancient India, but officially in India the elected local government bodies were created after 1882. 1882 के बाद local government bodies elect की जाने लगी, and Lord Ripon at that time, who was the Viceroy of India, he took the initiative in creating these bodies, and these bodies were known as local boards. This is we are studying the evolution of local government, ठीक है. यहाँ से हम पढ़ रहे हैं local government का evolution. So how local government evolved? First it was Sabha. Sabha got converted into Panchayat. Then in the British India we had Lord Ripon, who was the Viceroy of India. He took the initiative of creating local boards, which were a form of elected local government bodies only. And then after Government of India Act of 1919, village panchayats were also established in different provinces, not in all provinces, but in different provinces. Even Mahatma Gandhi ji, he pleaded for decentralization of economic and political power. The decentralization means power should not be limited to only one area or one center. It should be decentralized. It should be, spread across the districts, across the provinces. Because he believed in strengthening the village panchayats, because if village panchayats, the grassroots levels of the Indian society are strengthened, that means democracy will become stronger. अगर grassroots level पर जाकर democracy आप strong करने की कोशिश करते हो, तो समझ लो कि आप nation के roots को strong कर रहे हो. And when roots are strong, the tree is strong. If the roots are weak, anybody can cut basically destroy the tree very easily. But if the roots are very strong, you cannot destroy the tree. And that was the vision of Mahatma Gandhi ji also. So basically Mahatma Gandhi ji looked at panchayats as the instruments of decentralization and participatory democracy. Why participatory democracy? Because the people are participating in day-to-day decision making. Okay. And when the constitution was prepared, the subject of local government was assigned to states. ठीक है, जब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनाया गया था तो जो लोकल गवर्नमेंट का सब्जेक्ट था इसको स्टेट्स को दे दिया गया. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज इन स्टेट लिस्ट इन द 7th schedule. Okay, and local government is also mentioned in directive principles. So another important point is that it is non-binding. Local government में को ना DPSP में भी cover किया गया, and that is why till today there are issues when it comes to local government. Okay, because it is we know that DPSPs are non-justiciable, they are just advisory in nature. तो इसलिए आज भी थोड़ी सी दिक्कत होती है when it comes to implementing decisions taken by local government. Why there is problem? Because it is non-binding. It is a part of DPSP. ओके, स्टिल अभी इसको डीपीएसपी का पार्ट बनाया गया है, इसीलिए यहाँ पर डिसीजन मेकिंग को फोर्सफुली आप नहीं इन्फोर्स कर पाते हो. लेट्स सॉल्व दिस वन क्वेश्चन. इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करते हैं. इट हैज बीन टेकन फ्रॉम प्रीलिम्स 2017 क्वेश्चन पेपर. इट्स अ PYQ. लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट कैन बी बेस्ट एक्सप्लेन्ड एज एन एक्सरसाइज इन फेडरलिज्म, डेमोक्रेटिक डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव डेलीगेशन, डायरेक्ट डेमोक्रेसी. जल्दी से बताएं, लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट ये कैसे, इसको किस टर्म से आप एक्सप्लेन बेस्ट तरीके से एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं. वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन, बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है. दिस इज योर होमवर्क. यू हैव टू लेट मी नो द आंसर इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. कमेंट सेक्शन में आप मुझे इसका आंसर बताएंगे. लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट कैन बी बेस्ट एक्सप्लेन्ड एज एन एक्सरसाइज. जस्ट नाउ वी हैव स्टडीड द टर्म. हमने जस्ट अभी टर्म स्टडी किया है. ठीक है, ऑल राइट, मूविंग अहेड, आगे बढ़ते हैं. नाउ लोकल गवर्नमेंट गॉट अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बूस्ट after the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act was passed and when the 74th Constitutional Amendment Act was passed. लोकल गवर्नमेंट को काफी अच्छा पुश मिला था जब ये दो एक्ट पास किए गए थे. ओके, एंड दैट इज व्हाई दीज टू एक्ट्स आर रियली इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है, नाउ व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द फीचर्स ऑफ 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, the most important feature here was the compulsory provision. Write it down, the compulsory provision. Compulsory provision related to what? Related to organization of ग्राम सभास, कि भाई हर गांव में ग्राम सभा होने ही चाहिए. ओके, देन देयर शुड बी अ 3-tier, राइट इट डाउन, 3-tier पंचायती राज स्ट्रक्चर, PRS, पंचायती राज स्ट्रक्चर. ठीक है, एट द जिला, एट द ब्लॉक एंड एट द विलेज लेवल. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर कंपल्सरी प्रोविजन इसमें ऐड किया गया कि एक तो ग्राम सभा होना चाहिए हर गांव में और 3 टियर का पंचायती राज सिस्टम होना चाहिए, जिला लेवल पे, ब्लॉक लेवल पे और विलेज लेवल पर. ठीक है, एंड ऑलमोस्ट ऑल द पोस्ट मस्ट बी फिल्ड बाय डायरेक्ट इलेक्शंस. सारे पोस्ट में डायरेक्ट इलेक्शंस होने चाहिए यहाँ पर. ठीक है, एंड मिनिमम एज फॉर कंटेस्टिंग इलेक्शंस फॉर PRIs, दैट इज द पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशन, शुड बी 21 ईयर्स. तो यहाँ पर अगर आपको इलेक्शन में खड़ा होना है तो आप 21 साल के कम से कम होने ही चाहिए हो. ठीक है, पॉइंट क्लियर हो गया. सो दीज वर कंपल्सरी प्रोविजंस. वी विल स्टडी दिस फर्दर इन दिस लेक्चर. Now, before this, these constitutional amendment acts were passed, there was this community development program which was established in 1952. या अब ये जो 73rd और 74 कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट एक्ट पास हुआ उससे पहले एक CDP था. CDP मींस कम्युनिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम, 1952. Why it was established? To promote people's participation in local development and to establish a 3-tier panchayati raj system of local government. It was also recommended by the CDP program which was established in the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act. ये 3-tier structure है. ठीक है, जिला लेवल पे, ब्लॉक लेवल पे, विलेज लेवल पर. And some states adopted the system of elected local bodies around 1960. 1952 में they recommended, but 1960 के आसपास आकर कुछ states ने, some means कुछ states, not all states were independent when it comes to local government. Okay, and many state local bodies were even dissolved because of their non-functionality. And after 1987, a thorough review of functioning of local government institution was done, and in 1989, after 2 years of this you can say survey, PK Thungon committee recommended constitutional recognition for local government bodies. तो 1987 में क्या हुआ, पूरे कंट्री में लोकल गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस का सर्वे किया गया. ठीक है, कैसे फंक्शन कर रही हैं जितनी भी हैं. 1989 में पीके थुंगॉन कमेटी आई जिन्होंने रेकमेंड किया कि भाई लोकल गवर्नमेंट बॉडीज को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन देना बहुत जरूरी है. वी हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई देम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली बिकॉज इट्स अ मस्ट फॉर स्ट्रेंथनिंग द डेमोक्रेसी इन आवर नेशन. नेशन का डेमोक्रेसी अगर आपको स्ट्रॉन्ग करना है तो आपको यहाँ पर लोकल गवर्नमेंट बॉडीज को कम से कम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रिकॉग्निशन आइडेंटिटी तो देनी ही पड़ेगी. ओके, and when Mahatma Gandhi ji even said that when the panchayat raj is established, public opinion will do what violence can never do. भाई हिंसा से जो आप कभी नहीं कर सकते ना, वो पब्लिक ओपिनियन से आप साकार कर सकते हो. ये महात्मा गांधी जी का कहना था और वो हो सकता है पंचायत राज स्टैब्लिश करने से. सो व्हाट इज पंचायत राज? सिस्टम ऑफ रूरल लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट. व्हाई दिस इज established? To manage the local affairs, okay, by the participation of local people when they elect their local representatives. And Panchayat Raj came into existence through 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. इसको constitutionalize किया गया इस Amendment Act के through. Now let's understand the evolution of Panchayati Raj system. थोड़ा सा इसका history पढ़ लेते हैं. ठीक है. Now we have the Vedic era. We have the epic era when we saw Ramayana and Mahabharata. We have the ancient period, the Mauryan period. We have the medieval period, that is the Gupta period. Then we have the British era, and then we have the post-independence era after we got independence. In the Vedic era, we had Panchayatan. Panchayatan was a Sanskrit word which meant panchayat only. It was a group of 5 people including a spiritual person. So both material and spiritual welfare of people was looked after. So in Vedic era we had Sabha, Samiti and Vidhata, which were local self units. Then came the epic era. In the epic era, the administration during Ramayana, specifically during Ramayana, was done in two parts. We had the Pur, that is the city. We had the Janpad, that is the village. And in administration, there was caste panchayat also. Then comes the Mahabharat era. Now in Mahabharat era, there were villages, but there were groups which were formed. There were 10, 20,000, 100 village groups which were formed. And in each of these village groups, we had Gramik, chief official, the Dashak, who was the chief of 10 villages, and Vinchya Adipati, Shatgram Adhyaksha and Shatgram Pati, chief of 20, 100 and 1000 villages. This was the chief of 20 village, this was the chief of 100 village, and this was the chief of 1000 villages. They collected taxes, they basically make sure that the defense of villages is ensured, security of villages and the village people is ensured. Then after the epic era, we had the ancient period. In the ancient period, the town was known as Pur, and there was a chief of Pur called Nagrik. The local bodies here in the Pur, they were free from any kind of interference of the king. No reference of women heading panchayat or women being the members of panchayat is made in ancient period. It was basically the patriarchal system in the panchayat era. Then comes the medieval period, that is the Gupta period. The Gupta period आता है आपका यहाँ पर. In the Gupta period, after the Gupta period, we had sultans. Sultans, they entered India, they divided Delhi and they established provinces which were known as Vilayat. Okay. But here in this period, the villages, they were governed by these, under the leadership of these sultans. But there were 3 important officials. For administration, we had Muqaddam. For collection of revenue, we had Patwari. And for settling of disputes with the help of Panchayat, we had Chaudhary. These are very important terms for prelims. Do not think that you just read it and forget about it. No. Please remember it for your prelims examination as well. प्रीलिम्स के लिए भी इसको याद रखना है आपको. तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के लिए गांव में मुकद्दम हुआ करता था, रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन के लिए पटवारी हुआ करता था और पंचायत की मदद से कोई भी डे टू डे डिस्प्यूट है उसको सॉल्व करने के लिए चौधरी होता था. ठीक है. बट अंडर द मुगल रूल वी हैड कास्टिज्म एंड फ्यूडलिस्टिक सिस्टम. सो ऑल दिस लोकल गवर्नमेंट गॉट डिसॉल्व्ड एंड वी सॉ द राइज ऑफ सामंतवाद, फ्यूडलिज्म, लैंड ओनरशिप. देन वी हैड द ब्रिटिश पीरियड. During the British period, the village panchayat was very weak. It was not very well developed. बहुत weak था आपका यहाँ पर British period में village panchayat because they lost their autonomy. जो जमींदार, the landowners, they gained power. Okay, and but here comes Lord Mayo. Lord Mayo passed a very famous resolution, the Mayo Resolution of 1870, which gave boost, impetus means boost and recognition to the development of local institutions. Why? Because Lord Mayo, through this resolution, expanded the powers of local government. And then in this year 1870, in the same year under Lord Mayo's ruling, the concept of elected representatives in urban municipalities was introduced. So Lord Mayo recognized not just the rural local government but also the urban local government. But after revolt of 1857, there were so many financial burdens on India that this system of local government started dissolving. रूरल जो आपका रिवोल्ट ऑफ 1857 हुआ था ना, तो इसके बाद इतनी फाइनेंशियल और इकोनॉमिक दिक्कत आनी शुरू हो गई कंट्री में कि ये जो आपका ये पॉलिटिकल दिक्कत आनी शुरू हो गई कि ये जो लोकल गवर्नमेंट का कॉन्सेप्ट है ये डिसॉल्व होना शुरू हो गया. बट हियर कम्स लॉर्ड रिपॉन इन 1882. अब लॉर्ड रिपॉन आए 1882 में. इन्होंने क्या किया, एक ऐसा डेमोक्रेटिक फ्रेमवर्क स्टैब्लिश किया जिससे लोकल डेमोक्रेसी स्टैब्लिश हुई इंडिया में. एंड दिस एरा इज आल्सो नोन एज द मैग्ना कार्टा ऑफ लोकल डेमोक्रेसी इन इंडिया, because he established a democratic framework wherein all boards, the local boards, were mandated 2/3 majority of non-officials who had to be elected, and chairman of these bodies had to be from among elected non-officials. He also basically made sure that there was an appointment of Royal Commission on Centralization in 1907 under the chairmanship of C.E.H. Hobhouse. तो यही ब्रिटिश कंट्रोल के अंडर पहले तो लॉर्ड रिपॉन आए, इन्होंने लोकल डेमोक्रेसी को स्टैब्लिश करने की कोशिश की भारत में. ठीक है. बेसिकली देयर पर्पस वाज टू कंट्रोल इंडिया मच मोर इफेक्टिवली फ्रॉम द ग्रास रूट लेवल्स. इनका मकसद तो ये था कि भाई गांव के लेवल से भी हम कैसे कंट्री को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं. Then after post independence, that is after we got independence from Britishers, ब्रिटिशर्स से आजादी मिली उसके बाद Article 40 mentioned the term panchayats, but still it was not enough. So now here comes Article 246, which empowered the state legislature to legislate with respect to any subject relating to the local self government. तो आर्टिकल 246 में क्या आता है, स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर को ये पावर मिलती है कि आप लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट के रिस्पेक्ट में कोई भी लेजिस्लेशन पास कर सकते हो, बट इट वाज नॉट अग्रीड अपॉन बाय सेवरल ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल डिसीजन मेकर्स इन्वॉल्विंग डॉक्टर B.R. अम्बेडकर एज वेल. ठीक है, देन ओवर देयर डॉक्टर B.R. अम्बेडकर ऑल्सो हैड हिज ओन अप्रीहेंशंस व्हेन इट केम टू गिविंग पावर टू द लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट. ऑलराइट, तो यहाँ पर in 1957 we had the establishment of National Development Council, जिसको आप NDC बोलते हो. This is very famous. ठीक है, NDC. It was constituted by a committee headed by Balwant Rai Mehta. This is mentioned in your M. Lakshmikant book as well. Why it was established? Basically to improve the community development program. 1952 में हमने पढ़ा था ना, recommendations of community development program was passed. So to make sure that this recommendation, the recommendations that we studied, they are passed, they are enforced, in 1957 NDC was constituted. And there was a committee which suggested, this particular committee, it suggested 3-tier Panchayati Raj institution system, which was Gram Panchayat at village level, Panchayat Samiti, this is Samiti, ठीक है, इसको सही कर लीजिए, it is Samiti, Panchayat Samiti at the block level and Zilla Parishad at the district level. It was recommended कि इस तरीके से हमें administration पंचायती राज institution के अंदर करना है. And as a result of this particular scheme, Rajasthan में first panchayat was established in 1959. And even there was a committee which was appointed under the leadership of Ashok Mehta in 1977, which recommended 2-tier Panchayat Raj institutional structure, which consisted of Zilla Parishad and Mandal Panchayat as well. Several mandals are several blocks under the village units. All right. Now let's understand the features of 73rd and 74th amendments, which established the rural and the urban, local governments. These amendments added 2 new parts to the constitution. जब ये amendments किए गए, amendments what are they? When something is added or removed from the constitution. So these amendments added, over here you can see part 9 titled the Panchayat and part 9A titled the Municipalities. That is why it is said 73rd and 74th amendments gave a boost to the local government because they added part 9 and part 9A, which is known as the Panchayat and the Municipalities. यहाँ तक point clear हो गया? Now here we would see, यहाँ पर हम देखेंगे that the basic units of democratic system when it comes to local government are Gram Sabhas, which are in villages. ठीक है, यहाँ पर ग्राम सभास में आप देखोगे कि बेसिक यूनिट्स क्या है डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम के, इन विलेज लेवल ग्राम सभास एंड एट अर्बन लेवल्स वी हैड वार्ड कमिटीज. तो यहाँ पर आप लिख लो, पंचायत में देखेंगे, पंचायत सिस्टम में वी हैव ग्राम सभास एंड इन दी म्युनिसिपैलिटी सिस्टम वी हैड वार्ड कमिटीज. ठीक है, एंड ऑल दीज वार्ड कमिटीज एंड ग्राम सभास दे कंप्राइज ऑफ ऑल द अडल्ट मेंबर्स रजिस्टर्ड एज वोटर्स इन द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एज वेल. नाउ देयर इज अ 3-tier सिस्टम व्हिच वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड बाय दीज अमेंडमेंट्स. ठीक है, तो पंचायत में 3-tier सिस्टम है, विलेज लेवल पे 3-tier सिस्टम है. ठीक है, वी हैव ब्लॉक, तालुक, मंडल्स, डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पर भी है, बट स्टेट्स में ऐसा नहीं है. ठीक है, जहां पर स्पेसिफिकली दो स्टेट्स व्हिच हैव पॉपुलेशन बिलो 20 lakhs. एंड देयर आर डायरेक्ट इलेक्शंस का प्रोविजन added by these amendment acts. So under article 243C clause 2 we have direct elections through which representatives have to be elected in these local self government, and seats are reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. आपकी local self government में भले ही municipalities हो या पंचायत हो, women के लिए, scheduled caste के लिए, scheduled tribes के लिए यहाँ पर seats reserved हैं. Now if you have seen that Amazon Prime series called Panchayat, अगर आपने वो Amazon Prime की series देखी है पंचायत, there you know that the head of the Panchayat is a woman. So why? Because 1/3 of the total number of seats are to be reserved for women. तो वहां पर जो आपका प्रधानपति होता है वो क्या करता है, अपनी वाइफ के थ्रू इलेक्शन में खड़ा होता है, वाइफ को जिताता है और खुद हेड बन जाता है. ठीक है, फिर वहां पर एक IAS ऑफिसर आती है जो डांट लगाती है पंचायत प्रधानपति को, राइट, दैट दिस प्रधानपति टाइप ऑफ डेलीगेशन और पोस्ट इज नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज्ड बाय आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. right? Then 1/3 of the seats reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, it is also reserved for women. And 1/3 offices of chairpersons at all levels are reserved for women. Article 243D में ये लिखा हुआ है. And there is a uniform 5-year term, okay, of the पंचायत. एक बार इलेक्ट होते हैं तो 5 साल उनको वहां पर एज लीडर रूल करना होता है. तो ये पॉइंट आपको याद रखना है. Then the पंचायत they prepare plans for economic development and social justice. ठीक है, अकॉर्डिंग टू द लॉज विच आर रिकमेंडेड बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. तो पंचायत क्या करते हैं, गांव के इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट और सोशल जस्टिस के लिए रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस भी तैयार करते हैं. देन द 74th अमेंडमेंट प्रोवाइड फॉर अ डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्लानिंग कमिटी, डीपी. Why district planning committee? To consolidate the plans prepared by panchayats and municipalities and then to implement them. The district planning committee is established. तो municipalities और पंचायत जो भी plans बनाएंगे वो जाएगा DPC के पास, उसके बाद वो finally implement होगा on field. Then there is another important ruling in these constitutional amendment acts, that is to establish a finance commission in each state. अकॉर्डिंग टू दीज अमेंडमेंट्स हर स्टेट में फाइनेंस कमीशन को स्टैब्लिश किया जाएगा. क्यों? ताकि फाइनेंशियल रिसोर्सेज कैसे डिसबर्स करने हैं पंचायत और म्युनिसिपैलिटीज को, इसका डिसीजन लिया जा सके. Then the 11th schedule of the constitution places 29 functions within the purview of Panchayati Raj bodies. So you are not just establishing Panchayati Raj bodies, you are giving them the power also to regulate. So this was the entire chapter on local government that we studied in complete 31 minutes. So this is the homework question for today. First question, explain in brief the evolution of local government India. So you have to explain it in कि 2 पेजेस का लिमिट आपको दिया होता है 10 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चन में, तो 2 पेजेस में आपको एक्सप्लेन करना है कैसे लोकल गवर्नमेंट वाज इवॉल्व्ड इन इंडिया. एंड देन यू हैव टू, सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज यू हैव टू एक्सप्लेन व्हाई लोकल गवर्नमेंट स्टिल रिमेन्स इनइफेक्टिव आफ्टर डेकेड्स ऑफ 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment acts. Now even after passing these 2 acts, why local government is still ineffective? Now how will you answer this question कि लोकल गवर्नमेंट अभी भी इनइफेक्टिव क्यों है? फर्स्ट आई टोल्ड यू इन द बिगिनिंग ऑफ दिस लेक्चर, बिकॉज पंचायत इज अ टर्म विच इज बेसिकली हैंडल्ड बाय डीपीएसपी. पंचायत जो टर्म है बेसिकली डीपीएसपी में आ रहा है. डीपीएसपीज आर नॉट बाइंडिंग, तो वट एवर डिसीजंस आर टेकन दे आर नॉट बाइंडिंग, सो दैट इज व्हाई मेजर डिसीजंस आर basically ignored. Second can be because at the rural levels there is low technical knowledge. गांव के लेवल पे लोगों को टेक्निकल नॉलेज कम होती है. देयर इज नो लो अमाउंट ऑफ टेक्निकल नो हाउ और नॉलेज, okay, which has restricted the planning of the basically you can say the village level, at the village level. Third can be, third reason क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ पर, the ad hoc meetings. Write it down. Third reason will be the ad hoc meetings. There is a lack of clear setting of agenda in the Gram Sabha meetings. Gram Sabha में जो meeting होती है, the people lack a clear agenda because they are so stuck in their own day-to-day daily problems and issues that the major agenda of social justice, equality, these terms, they do not understand these terms in detail. Detail में जाके deep down जाके उनको ये terms नहीं समझ आते कि economic development क्या होता है, social justice क्या होता है. वो अपनी day-to-day mundane life में इतना problem में फंस जाते हैं कि ग्राम सभा लेवल पे firm decisions are not taken with proper structure. Then over here, fourth problem will be less taxes. What do you understand by less taxes? The panchayats and municipalities, they have not used their financial powers efficiently. Very few gram panchayats, they levy and collect taxes. ठीक है, मार्केट्स पे, फेयर्स पे, प्रॉपर्टी पे बहुत कम ग्राम पंचायत है जिनको नॉलेज है कि टैक्सेस लेना है और टैक्सेस हमें कलेक्ट करना है. Okay, this is one of the problem. Fifth problem is criminal politics. If you have seen that Amazon Prime series Panchayat, you would know very in detail everything about Panchayat and the problems that they are facing. अगर आपने Amazon Prime की वो सीरीज देखी है पंचायत, तो आपको पता होगा कि भाई एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन लेवल पे क्या प्रॉब्लम्स वो लोग फेस कर रहे हैं. Criminal elements, contractors, they are attracted to local government elections. They are tempted by large sum of money, right? So they win elections through bribing the voters and the village people, they are innocent. अब उनको नॉलेज नहीं होती, उनको पैसा मिल रहा है तो पैसा लेकर वोट दे देते हैं. ठीक है, तो इससे क्या होता है, करप्शन आ जाता है. when there are corruptions, where there is corruption, then administration would not take place effectively and efficiently. So these are the reasons why still after passing of these constitutional amendment acts, local governments are still remaining ineffective and inefficient. So this is how you have to answer this question. तो ये था आपका आज का चैप्टर लोकल गवर्नमेंट के ऊपर. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. And if you really enjoyed it, do let me know in the comment section.